Welcome to Knock Your Socks Off, the podcast that aims to blow the other person's socks off. I'm Ravi.
I'm Hannah.
And Hannah, what are you knocking my socks off with today?
Okay, so we're transitioning from, if you will, the spooky season of it all, and we're getting into the holiday season with cheer and laughter. So I thought I would knock your socks off by sourcing Reddit and going between two-sentence horror, which is a subreddit we know we love, and two-sentence comedy, another subreddit that we love. And see if you can guess if something is horror or comedy.
Is there going to be judgment if I am incorrect in which is which?
There's no judgment here.
Okay.
There might be judgment there, but...
Okay. There being the audience listening or watching.
But, you know, it's just like a good time where, you know, there's a lot of horror stories that come out of the holidays, and there's funny stories that come out of the holidays. And I thought, you know, let's just see let's catch your gauge on what we're thinking.
That's fair. Let's do it.
How often do you spend time just in general still in like the subreddit, like two-sentence horror or comedy or whatever?
Only when it makes it to the main page.
Oh, okay. When it's like a really good one.
When it's a really, really good one that
Okay.
like universally the internet's like, this
People
is
are losing their mind
crazy or funny or scary.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
usually I'll link that into the actual subreddit and see what the top post of that day is.
Sure.
So,
Kind of catch
yeah.
the...
So like
catch
maybe
the
like
wave.
a couple times a week.
Oh, that's enough activity. So these
Yeah.
usually make it to the top page, the
Yeah,
front page.
they're always on. These two subreddits are probably some of the bigger
Okay.
subreddits out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the Reddit guy. I'm just a fake.
I am just a fake.
I'm just a phony trying to act like I know Reddit. It's okay. Are you ready? Sorry. Don't be cheating. Don't be cheating.
Is that Pirates?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay, yeah.
You got it. Good job.
Yeah.
Way to get my reference.
Thank you.
I understood that reference. Okay.
Wait, isn't that a reference to something else? What's that to?
Yeah, you got it. I believe in you. Quick.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Nope.
Oh, I have no idea.
Captain America.
Captain America.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Here the first one is. That's so funny. I was about to be like, this is the genre. Nope. Okay. First one. I told my friend I'm really good at multitasking. He asked, can you prove it? Second sentence. So I tripped, spilled my coffee, and accidentally deleted a file all at once.
I'm going to go with comedy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with it's not that funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I didn't find that funny.
oh.
Yeah.
And it's not scary at all to you
No.
that you would trip and spill your coffee and do all the bad things at once?
I mean,
Multitasking in a bad way.
in like 20 years ago, when we didn't have things like the cloud or autosave
You're making
or
it really
faster
grounded.
computers, like, yeah, that would have been scary.
Sure.
But in this day and age, no, I don't find that scary or funny.
Okay. So off to a great start.
Real quick. Actually, we should put like we should have some context in terms of how are these picked? Were these ones that you picked because you thought they were funny or scary? Because then that in itself is funny. Or were you like picking like the top ones? Like, how did you come up with this list?
This is a great question. Okay, so horror was easy.
Sure.
Horror, if anything, there's ample horror, and they felt like genuinely scary to me.
Right,
Many.
but let's hold on a second. We have to preface though for people
Right.
first time tuning in. You're not a big, you're a scaredy pants.
I'm a scaredy cat.
So what you
For
may
sure.
find scary, others might be like, that seems like a normal Tuesday.
Right. So, and I didn't pick the most gory, gruesome ones where it's like I buried the baby in the ground or something. Right?
Sure.
I didn't pick those ones necessarily to feel. I tried to, so when I was sourcing them, because I was kind of like, ooh, let's go with the angle of like, is it funny or is it scary?
Right.
It's like I do think I probably picked. Like maybe I picked softballs
Sure.
in general of like it's kind of funny, but it's not obviously funny, and then it's like not obviously scary.
Okay.
They're definitely not I mean, they were the top ones of that day, but not like
Like the month or the year, or
Yeah,
like
no,
the
they
top
were
of 2020
totally.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
these are very
Yeah.
current, like they're very like in this past week
Sure.
posts,
Okay.
as well as like tried to be a little bit like subliminal with them
Okay,
rather than
got it.
like
All right.
obviously
That's
scary
some good,
and
some
obviously
good backstory then. Okay.
And I am dramatically a
the-
scaredy cat.
And
so.
the comedy ones are the ones that you found funny.
I do find them funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
That I think is also important for this
Why?
exercise.
Would you like to explain my comedy as well?
I mean,
Explain my
well, your
relation to
comedy is
horror.
like different from my comedy. Like everyone's comedy and what they enjoy is slightly different.
Sure.
So
Sure.
Anyway, let's
All right. This next one. Left, right. I murmured to myself walking through the park. Who knew taking over a body would be this challenging?
Horror?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm almost catching myself that I'm like delivering them.
I mean, in a way, I mean, it's gonna be difficult because the delivery is gonna be different.
It would.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
This is actually quite fascinating because like I'm like, is this supposed to be funny or is this supposed to be scary?
This is like a meta thing towards Hannah too, because
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
as
geez.
I'm delivering it, I'm knocking my socks off of like, oh shit, I didn't think of having to read them.
Yeah.
Would be its own thing. Okay. Next one. Stranded on an island, I couldn't figure out what was worse. The fact that I had
Definitely a comedy. Because you can't even spit it out.
I'm trying to deliver these. Okay. Stranded from the top. Stranded on an island, I couldn't figure out what was worse. The fact that I had to eat my dead friends or the fact that they taste like my mom's meals.
Oh, that's tough. I'm going to go with horror.
Yes.
Yeah, because you're doing something vulgar. But taste like why? What's the horror in tasting like his mom's? Oh, because they were over his mom's all the time and doing stuff to her.
Truly.
Maybe dating her
Or
or something.
just like, you know, eating your friends' bodies tastes like your mom's meals. Either way, it's not fun.
Yeah, I guess
you know?
that's
I
not
don't know.
fun.
So
That's a fucked up one.
it was
pretty
more
fun.
fucked up.
Yeah,
There were-
that's not scary. That's fucked
okay,
up.
so the first time we've done a 2-sentence comedy, 2-sentence horror podcast before, and you presented horror, like you presented on all horror one and then an all comedy one to me.
Yeah.
And I really thought when I was going into the horror, like, because the ones you picked for me were definitely probably Hannah,
Yeah.
like permissive, if you will, or something, that I still found like, oh damn, like that's horrifying, but it wasn't the craziest thing ever. And then when I went on the Reddit, I was like,
There's so many.
so many, and they're dark.
They're very
and
dark.
they're just straight up dark.
And you can
There's no
like if you arrange it,
breath to them.
Reddit by like you know top posts
Sure.
or whatever. Like you're not even getting the darkest ones. Like you have to like dig.
For the darkest ones?
Yeah, some of the
Are there
dark
other
ones-
subreddits, or what do you mean?
There are
Or
like other
or
subreddits,
just
but like
in
even
that?
within 2-sentence horror, like some of the dark ones don't make it to the top of the page because people feel that too dark. So you have to like dig around
shit.
a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
and they do break
it
the
was
subreddit
shocking to
down
me.
into like subgenres of horror. Like they'll break it down to like gore, psychological,
Okay.
that type of stuff.
Damn.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's
all
a
right.
scary place.
It was. And so for me sourcing them, I was like, I'm going to spend maybe 20 minutes in this, and then I got to move on.
Did you make sure you do it like outside on a beautiful day, sunny?
Yes,
so that you
exactly.
could,
Where
like-
I was like, things are happy.
Yeah,
It's going to be okay. I was
that's
watching
good.
Great British Bake Off. I was like, it's going to be okay. The world is alive. Everything's fine.
There you go.
Okay, the next one is, on paper, he was a perfect gentleman all night. I never opened my own door. He was polite and asked interesting questions. I didn't pay for anything, and he didn't push for a kiss goodnight. I still can't say that I'm a fan of alien abductions.
That's definitely comedy, right?
Horror.
That's horror?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I thought it was comedy.
No.
That's
I'll
a
read-
good comedy one, though.
See, that one got you.
That one's
it would
a
have been a
good
good one. Yeah. On
That's a
paper,
really-
he was a perfect gentleman all
Yeah.
night. I never opened my own door. He was polite and asked interesting questions. I didn't pay for anything, and he didn't push for a kiss goodnight. I still can't say that I'm a fan of alien abductions.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, that's good. That's I would classify it as comedy.
It was a pretty funny one. That one
Yeah.
I felt was like, ooh, okay, that's a good like. I guess also the horror ones I picked probably in general didn't feel that grounded. Like
Sure.
they really were just kind of like, let me just these are
Out there.
fictionally something. The real ones were just they're horrific. Okay, next one. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7 is a violent 6 offender.
Oh my god.
Comedy or horror? Yes.
Comedy.
Yes.
Okay. Thank God. I mean, not a funny subject matter, but fucking A. Because I thought, like, why are you doing this 7, 8, 9? But
Exactly. No.
that's a good twist. Fucked up
It's a good
twist.
twist. You liked it though.
Yeah, it was good.
All right.
No, it's
I'm
fucked
just trying to
up.
knock your socks off. I'm trying to
Well,
land it.
I mean, so far, 2 for 2.
Okay.
Two-
We're
two
getting there.
back-
We're getting there.
back in a row,
All
yeah.
right. Next one. My mom cautioned me that my biological clock was ticking. No, I'm pretty sure that's my knees.
What?
My mom cautioned me that my biological clock was ticking. No, I'm pretty sure that's my knees.
Ticking?
Like when your knees like crack and
Oh.
as you like sit down and do all the stuff.
I wanted there to be a bomb joke in there for
Yeah.
some reason.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Ticking, like, I don't know. That,
Like, I'm
that's
gonna
going
gi- I'm
really
gonna
dark.
give- I'm gonna
Let's
give
go real
birth
dark.
to-
Let's just move on with
But
that.
comedy or horror?
Comedy.
Yeah. Okay. My parents are on the news, teary-eyed and begging my kidnapper to return me home. Seeing their faces and their fake tears reminds me why I don't want to go back.
Horror?
Yes.
Not that good. Not that good. Mostly because I'll say this because
Okay.
recently I was on a plane and I finished Horrible Bosses 2,
Ooh.
starring
Jennifer Aniston?
Jennifer Aniston, Jason Sudeikis, Chris Pine is in it.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
But Charlie Day.
Charlie Day. Yeah. The premise though is that Chris Pine abducts himself in order to like get his dad to like pay his ransom or something, and then he ends up killing his dad. Spoiler.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyway.
Kind of intense.
So
the kidnapping is lackluster.
It's just lackluster right now.
It's not. It's not performing as it's not hitting as it usually hits.
No,
you know.
exactly.
All right. Fair. All right. Next one. Bird 1. Just kidding.
Oh boy. I mean, clearly it's a comedy.
Okay. I thought this one was funny, and so it's funny to me.
Okay.
So I'll try and deliver it smoothly. Bird 1. Uh-oh. Bird 2. Don't worry, he only has 1 stone.
Oh.
Don't worry.
That's pretty good.
He only
That's
has
pretty
1
good.
stone.
That's good.
You know.
That's a fun one.
It was fun, right?
Bird 1. Uh-oh. Bird 2. Don't worry, he only has 1 stone. That's good. Okay. All right. That's a good one. Good comedy
Very
right
much
there.
comedy, though, even though it's all about killing birds, which is
It's like,
horrific.
I mean, it's a dad joke.
It is a dad joke.
I would say your comedy is dad joke.
I would say so, too.
Yeah.
Brings me a lot of joy. Okay. Next one. I used to always want to be a banker. Now I've just lost interest.
Just continuing the dad jokes there. Good. That's a good one.
I think they're funny,
They are funny.
but they don't deliver.
I mean, you're doing good with the delivery. You're doing okay. Yeah.
Doing good down to okay.
Yep.
All right. When I sent in the final draft of my autobiography, the publisher told me they were satisfied. Imagine my dismay when they put someone else's name on it, rebranded it as fiction, and renamed it Lord of the Flies.
Is that supposed to be horror?
It is.
Okay, but that feels like comedy.
It does feel like exactly. See, twisting.
Imagine my horror. Oh my god.
They renamed it.
They renamed
Put someone
it
else's name on it.
Lord of the Flies.
Did you read that book?
I did not.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
It's my favorite book to read. That I had to read in school.
Such a weird book to like force children to read.
It was tough. It's a tough one. A lot of weird symbolism
Yeah.
and storytelling.
Don't
And
they
killing.
eat each other?
Yeah, they kill each other for sure. At least
But I thought they eat each other
they
too.
might eat each other too. Pig on a stick.
That's so weird.
It is weird. All right, next one. I always thought that being possessed was a scary and horrible thing. This is until I started singing Deo during a dinner reunion and my friends and family followed me.
Wait, is that like Deo?
Deo. Beetlejuice.
Got it. So that's horror?
Comedy.
Comedy. Okay.
Would you consider Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice is comedy.
I mean,
a
I've never
comedic
seen
film.
it, so
You
I
never
don't
saw the first one?
Yeah, I've never seen
Not
it.
even the first one?
Yeah.
Damn.
Haven't seen Hocus Pocus. Haven't seen Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Night at the Roxbury. I don't know why. I feel like that's
What?
looped. Night at the Roxbury. Isn't that like looped in with those movies? Or am I thinking something else?
Rocky Horror Picture Show?
That's what I'm
Okay.
thinking. Yeah, there you go.
I think, anyway. I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like I feel those
Got it.
films are like part of that weird
Campy.
Tim Burton-y, weird campy,
Yeah.
Halloween-y, not
Got it.
Halloween comedy, not
Got it.
scary thing.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little
Genre.
twisted, in the beyond. Yeah. If that's comedy. Yeah. But Deo is like a classic Beetlejuice moment. Anyway. Wow. Do you want to see them?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Well,
No-
there you go.
no
Then you're not
desire.
missing out.
Yeah, no desire.
Great. Okay, next one. Her skin was completely transparent, revealing muscles, organs, and bones. I granted her wish for clear skin, so why is she screaming?
That's definitely hard, but
Yeah.
that feels like a comedy.
It does, right?
Yeah. I wish to have clear skin.
I gave it to you, babe. What you want? It's
Translucency.
transparent. You can see everything
Yeah.
now.
You get the clearest of the clear. Isn't
The
that what you
clearest of
want?
the clear, 100%. Like, what?
That should be a good cautionary tale for like people that are consistent like skin modifications.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, you're going to get all the way to where it's opaque.
Exactly. You don't want
Yikes.
that.
You don't want that. Keep your muscles and your bones where they are supposed to be, and we don't want to see them. You know what I mean? No, thank you. Okay. Next one. Her newborn freshly changed, fed, and soothed to sleep. The young mother smiled as she prepared to join him in dreamland. And then the sound and smell of the dreaded wet fart filled the air.
Comedy.
Yes. Damn it.
I see what you're trying to do. Though your delivery, you're trying to. It's smart. It's good.
I am.
It's good. It's
I'm
good.
trying to make it dramatic.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Yeah. The dreaded wet fart.
I'm sorry, that would be a little bit horrific. I know I have
can,
friends
like,
who are
smell
mothers. I know friends who are mothers, and when you have put that kid fully down and everything is like set to go, and you're like, I can finally sleep, and then they start crying, or you smell poop in the room.
Yeah.
Horrific.
Yeah.
You just want to sleep.
I had a kitten once, so it's like the same thing. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it is. Don't come for me. Jeez. It's a joke.
It's a joke. It's comedy.
Yeah, it's comedy.
It's two-sentence comedy right there. I had a kitten, period. It was the same, period. Joke.
Yeah. You have to say joke at the end.
Two-sentence comedy.
Comedy.
All right, next one. My grandson has been taking care of me ever since I became ill. Why do I always feel sicker whenever I eat the special soup he always makes for me?
Horror.
It is horror. Man,
That's elder abuse. I don't know why I'm classifying what these crimes are. Two-sentence horror is just crime.
It's just crime.
It's just crime.
Crime.
It's
All
just
crime.
all crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's self-harm or crime.
Yep.
It's what
That
it is.
it is. That's
And
all
then,
it is.
I didn't put in any self-harm, but there were a lot of like bad self-harm ones.
I would say there's a majority, which scares me because these are coming from people.
Right. Whether
Yeah.
again fictionalized or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah. It's definitely scary there. Mm-hmm. But yes,
It is.
crime.
crime.
Elder abuse is no
not okay.
joke.
Truly. Okay. The kid asked me if the place where I worked was haunted. I told him that ghosts aren't real and that in the 125 years I have worked here, I've never even seen a single ghost.
Please tell me that's comedy.
It's horror.
That's horror?
Yeah.
That's a good comedy.
It is a good comedy though, right?
It's like, yeah, that's
Yep.
funny.
Yep.
Yeah, I've worked here 125 years.
The whole time. I've never seen one.
Never seen one.
Not a single ghost. That'd be nuts. What if someone like really, I mean, like, what would you do if someone like really believed?
In ghosts?
Yeah.
I mean, there are people that really believe
No, I
in
know there are
ghosts.
really, but like, and like told you that like your house was haunted or something.
I would be investigating them to see do they have any connection with the realtor market? Are they working for some kind of like big management company that wants to come in and try and lower prices? Because that is a thing that does happen. Like weird tactics.
They come
like
and
that.
tell them like their house is weird.
They'll plant like fake information and things to like try and
Dang.
scare people out. Yeah. People have
Shit.
been doing weird shit for years.
Fair.
I do remember though, side story, like when we were looking at houses as kids, or my parents were looking at houses as kids in New Hampshire, the realtor took us to a house where the mother and the father had recently passed away and there were still flowers in the house.
Oh.
And that one, like, granted I was like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
It gave me the heebie-jeebies and
yeah.
I was just like, I don't want to live here. But like,
Like, let's not.
let's not do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like you have to also, depending on if a person has passed in a home, you have to declare it, I believe, or whatnot. So
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's a move, and that's not doesn't feel fair or right. But then what if someone came up to you and then told you they were 125 years old?
I wouldn't believe them. Well, I mean, there are 125-year-old people
Okay. Well,
on the earth. So.
yeah.
I saw a thing on Instagram about this 108-year-old woman who is youthful because of the puppies that she keeps around.
Oh,
So, well,
that's nice.
yeah, it is nice.
That's cute. Yeah. All right, you ready for your last one?
Oh yeah, wow, we
flew
went through
ones.
these.
I really thought it would take longer because I think here's a learning I'm gathering is when we did our full horror, full comedy. I think we could lean into them rather than analyzing them.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Nice.
We always learn.
Learning.
Everyone's able to learn. Last one though. Ready? Comedy or horror? What are you going to say? There's nothing like the feeling of letting one rip while you work from home. It's definitely a lot better than the feeling when you realize your mic was unmuted during the virtual meeting.
Comedy.
Yeah. It's a fart joke.
It is a fart
Which
joke.
is another classic, Hannah.
Yeah.
Joke
I recently, that's a real fear, but not for
for
farting.
sure.
But like, I've been in conference rooms recently where it doesn't indicate properly if your mic is muted or not.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, it's the worst. So then I end up, because I don't know, I just end up sitting there very quietly and try not to move or breathe.
Oh, like you're just, it's
Yeah.
just, you're live.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're live on a
right.
conference
You're
call.
not like you're not talking about like taking your computer or your phone around with you
No,
somewhere.
you're in a conference room.
And you just legit don't know if you're...
Yeah, because the indicators are just so poorly like labeled and whatnot. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do
So
they-
that sucks.
That does suck.
That
And
is
it'd be
the-
so
yeah.
nervous.
Very nerve-wracking.
You try not to breathe loudly.
Yeah,
on
because
those?
like the mic will pick you up and put you as like the center thing.
Oh.
You know, like 'cause it thinks you're talking. It's so awkward.
You're like... Just
And you're like a
everyone-
fucking 50+ person like that is horror right there.
That
That is
is-
the worst.
You're like, I just want to be invisible.
Yeah.
Like, please just never have my screen pop up.
Yeah. It's like, how do you just unplug this stupid thing?
Right. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything the whole time. Like, please let it go.
I have nothing to contribute. I don't even want to be here.
Literally, during the pandemic, like when we all were like or like many of us were like working from home and doing that whole thing, did you ever like risk it and go to the bathroom on a call or anything?
Oh, definitely.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
And you were nervous? For the muting,
well,
unmuting
I guess
scene?
I didn't really risk it because I would just leave the room and leave my computer in my office and then go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
And then it would just
you didn't take it with you.
No, because let's be honest, most of those calls during the pandemic were all pointless.
You didn't ever have them in your ears or anything?
No.
You just literally just let it go.
Just let it go. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. If I have to go, I have to go. And like, if
Well, sure.
It's like whatever we're talking about, I doubt is that important to risk like bowel discomfort over.
Sure. For sure.
When nature comes a knocking,
For
you
sure.
gotta go
You
poop.
just gotta go. See, so I was always one where I would have my meetings in my ears, and then like for sure I would take bathroom breaks on a meeting or whatever,
Yeah.
and like I was always nervous, like
Well, yeah, because
that it
there were
was like
so many
muted, unmuted,
issues and
so many
things.
issues, 100%. But then if I ever tried that angle, I always also felt nervous that I would of course like go to the bathroom right as the meeting was ending, and then all of a sudden I would just come back and it'd be just my name up on the meeting thing, like which is like clearly she wasn't listening or attending really.
Yeah, that's another
So I
one.
was always get nervous. So I would always take it with me in a sense. But anyway, were there any other horrors like in that like work from home space that you can think of?
Being laid off.
Being laid off. I always
Yeah.
hated the when I had to present something and it was like I knew how to press the present button
Sure.
every time, right? But it's like it was of course the moment that you're doing the presenting that all of a sudden your screen share is not working or the monitor isn't connecting right or whatever. I always got nervous.
Yeah,
with
I didn't
those
like
ones.
because I had to run like a bunch of different meetings.
Sure.
I didn't really get. I was nervous the first couple, and then I was just like, "Who honestly cares? The world's
Yeah.
gone to hell."
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting upset over. If people get upset over a stupid like presentation thing, then get your priorities right.
Yeah. And then I had to end up just like laughing it off because it would be every single time, every single meeting. Like, I literally can't think of probably one meeting where someone would have some mic issue or tech issue. And it'd be like, oh, sorry, guys. Like, it was just always a thing. And it was like, all right, well.
Internet bad, mic going out. Yeah.
Truly, like some kid running in and screaming.
I
some
mean,
of the memes are.
Well,
stuff that
remember the
came from it that
BBC
was
interview with
so
the
good.
guy
God, it
and
was so
his
good.
family comes in and he's like, "I'm sorry," and
I could cry.
That's the greatest one of all time.
Literally, and
Yeah.
I just love that she just like waddled in there.
Waddled in,
just
like, "What's
this
up?
is amazing.
"What you doing, Dad? You talking to the world?"
Like, I figured out how to open this door, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna crush it today.
I think
And
about
the
that
baby
family.
just sliding in.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our little Ask Reddit moment.
You did a good job.
I don't know. I guess next time I'll have to just bring the hyper scary ones.
I think you got to go really outside the box, you know?
Yeah,
You gotta-
I gotta put comedy and horror not next to each other. Well, I mean, because it's like there are spaces where like the horror world is leaning comedic, and the comedy world is leaning really dramatic right now. Like there are spaces where it's like not that like I feel like there is blend of genres.
Definitely
But-
because people are getting tired of the same thing.
just,
So
right,
you have to
straight
like
up
keep
sitcoms
changing.
and-
Yeah, you
yeah,
got to change
for sure,
stuff
for
up
sure.
in order to like keep it interesting. So yeah, I can definitely see where the blend is happening.
Yeah, but I guess
And like even some of the ones that you did bring up, I truly would have thought they were comedy.
sure.
And again, your point at the very beginning where like how you're explaining it,
Right.
like, your tonality and things
Totally.
is a huge
Tell.
thing, and that
Yeah.
can tell or it can shift or whatnot.
Yeah.
So I like it. I think we should do it more like the mix,
Yeah.
as opposed to straight up.
Yeah.
So-
But next time maybe I'll really try and bring ones that are like, because it really is like what's horrifying to me is not horrifying to you necessarily, maybe, unless I get like just like unless I choose like real horrifying.
Yeah,
Objectively
I mean the ones that
horrifying.
are always based like even when we did the first one, the 2-sentence horror one. Like the ones that I picked that were like real life, those
Yes.
were always more scary.
always more scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, there we go. Well, good
There we go.
job.
Thanks.
You still did blow my brains out.
Still made it a little fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Fun, engaging, and not too scary.
Exactly. I can go to sleep in the daylight.
Exactly. Take
Yeah,
a
we
good
did.
nap
We did
today.
it in the daylight because we were so scared.
Can't do it around the firelight. You know,
Exactly.
you can't tell. Did you tell ghost stories over a fire?
I'm not a good
campfire?
storyteller, so
Oh,
I can read.
I can read something to you.
I can read, or I can set a projector up for you.
Exactly. We can watch something.
We can watch something, but I'm not going to tell you a fucking campfire story. Mostly because I'll be laughing.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well.
The demonic monster came out.
Yeah, this is hilarious, you guys. Just wait
So
for the
funny.
punchline. Just
Just
wait for
wait
the
for it,
punchline. Yeah. It's coming, I swear. Well, great. Well, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me on our podcast.
On our podcast. You guys can find us on TikTok at KYSO Podcast and YouTube on at KYSO Podcast. We'll see you next time
New
for
pods
more fun stories.
every Saturday.
See you then.
Peace.
Pew pew.